Restaurant Unstoppable. What the most successful restaurateurs know that you don't. I know it's hard to talk about without a spreadsheet in front of you, but what are some the little detailed things around the numbers that most people just don't know that your dad taught you?
Well, going through the monthly P&L with a fine-tooth comb, getting it as soon as possible, then waiting to the third week in the month, which we still do because this business is crazy and we're all doing a million things. I don't know that the specific details came from my dad.
Okay.
If he shared them with me, I did not hear them. I wasn't ready to hear them. I have learned the most significant lessons regarding the numbers from my brother Michael.
Okay.
I'm one of 7 kids, and all but 2 of us are and or have been in the business. My brother Michael is just under 2 years younger than me and has done unbelievable things in the restaurant business. And I'd say, he's my toughest critic, as my dad was when he was alive. No, my dad never was my toughest critic. But Michael's really smart with numbers, and he's given me my best tips.
Okay, what are some of the best tips?
Such as payroll is our biggest and most controllable number.
Yeah.
I mean, when he said that to me, it had never crossed my mind. Just think about it. Payroll is our biggest and most controllable number.
When you say biggest, the biggest percentage?
The biggest cost.
Yeah.
And percentage-wise, it could be, but not if you control it.
Mm-hmm. So
you
what
can
is that
operate
control? Give me the examples of...
Well, we write the schedule.
Yeah.
So here's 2 examples, or an example that I learned the hard way. When I opened this restaurant, opened in October of 2012, I had been working on creating the concept for about 5 years. I'd taken a lot of time off. I knew every tiny bit of what it would be. I found a location, and I opened the restaurant. Now, when I found the location, and I knew I wanted an existing restaurant because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on the build-out, so I was already thinking about the math, but I chose a restaurant with 2 kitchens, which made it 20-30% more expensive to operate because I had to staff 2 kitchens.
Yeah.
And I had decided on the style of food and the menu before I ever chose the location. So we had to back in to the location with our menu.
Okay.
Extremely expensive.
Yeah.
This is a chef-driven restaurant. It is very complicated. The food is very complicated.
Are we talking about
kitchen?
Okay.
Yes.
We're not talking about your first restaurant at the cafe.
No.
Got it.
I'm talking about.
It
took me until this time around to get it.
Got it.
And we are, super local. The menu changes from day to day, etc. Insanely high payroll, even when I tried to start tweaking it down. Now, the Barn Steakhouse, which opened 4 years later, I tried to use what Rich Melman told me on that one, which was first think about what your revenue is going to be. Then think about what net you want to take in. And then you figure out how much your labor costs can be, how much your food and beverage costs can be. And then when you know how much your labor costs can be particularly, you create a menu based on what that number of cooks can produce. And after that, you build the kitchen.
Yes.
So it's totally opposite.
Start with the end in mind. Reverse engineer. That's a huge life lesson right there. What do we need? Where are we going? How do we get there? Not this is where we are and let's just make it happen, right?
Well, we all restaurants are sexy, right? They're kind of our celebrity. They're a royalty in this country.
Yeah.
And we all go into restaurants all the time, and people think it's a really cool business to be in. We also, before there were ATM machines, all went to the bank.
Yep.
But nobody was dreaming about being a teller.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is I think the biggest problem with the restaurant industry and why so many restaurants fail is because people think it's really fun and they're creative, whether they're brilliant chefs or incredibly hospitable or have a cool concept, but they don't realize that a restaurateur, a restaurant in order to make it, is not only operating from 5 till 10, for example, when you're open for dinner, but we also have to be in there from 8 to 6 managing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you need both of those pieces to make it work.
Absolutely.